If you watch part 1, you already know the framework. Every number on this list adjusted to 2026 inflation. What a band earned in 1978 is not what that dollar means today. Part 1 gave you 24 through 13. Now we're into the top 12. And this is where the inflation adjustment stops being interesting and starts being genuinely staggering. Let's finish the countdown. Number 12, the Statler Brothers. I want you to sit with what 47 years of consistent work actually produces when you run it through 2026 inflation.
That don't bother me at all. Playing solid.
Don Reed, Harold Reed, Phil Balsley, and later Jimmy Fortune started performing in Staunton, Virginia in 1955. They spent 9 years touring as Johnny Cash's opening act and backing vocalists on the road, not building their own name, building his. And they were good enough at it that Cash kept them for nearly a decade before they stepped out front on their own. Here's the detail everyone knows, but nobody really sits with. They named themselves after a box of facial tissue in a hotel room. Statler brand tissues. Not one of the 4 members was named Statler. 4 singers who needed a name found a tissue box on a nightstand, and that became the identity of one of the most awarded acts in country music history. I know. I didn't believe it either.
Me at all. Playing solitaire till dawn.
Flowers on the Wall won the Grammy in 1966. Elizabeth hit number 1 in 1983. Their weekly variety program on the Nashville network ran for 7 consecutive seasons as that network's top-rated show. They retired in 2002. No drama, no reunion, no half measures, done on their own terms. Harold Reed passed in 2020. 47 years of earnings, peak 1970s and 1980s dollars inflating to roughly triple their face value in 2026, puts the Statler Brothers at 12.
That don't bother me at all. Playing solid.
Number 11, the only mother-daughter duo on this list, and their story carries weight that goes beyond any dollar figure.
Playing solitaire till dawn with the deck of 51.
Number 11, the Judds. I need to say up front, this one has layers that go beyond music. Naomi and Winona Judd arrived in Nashville in 1979. Naomi was a single mother. They were living without heat in rural Kentucky. She recorded a demo in a friend's home studio, got it to a producer, and RCA Records signed them in 1983. Mama He's Crazy went to number 1 in 1984. Why Not Me won CMA Single of the Year. Grandpa, Tell Me About the Good Old Days, won the Grammy for Best Country Song. Love Can Build a Bridge, 7 years together. 23 chart singles, 14 number ones, one of the most decorated runs any duo has ever had in this format. Then 1990, Naomi was diagnosed with hepatitis C, life-threatening. The Judds retired. Winona went solo, alone, without the pairing that made them extraordinary, and still built a serious solo career. That's not a small thing. And then April 30th, 2022, the night before the Country Music Hall of Fame induction ceremony for the Judds, the induction Naomi had waited decades for, she died by suicide. Winona walked out on that stage the next night and accepted the award. I don't have words for what that took, and I don't think any dollar figure belongs in the same sentence as that moment, but she showed up. adjusted to $2,026, number 11. Number 10, these guys were millionaires before you ever heard them on the radio.
Let's look at the numbers. Only 9% of you are actually subscribed. Honestly, that's tough to see. Our team spends days hunting down archives and verifying every single fact just to tell these stories right. If you've made it this far into the video, you're clearly part of the community, so please hit subscribe. It costs nothing and helps us immensely. Now, for those already subscribed, very few of you have made the jump to our membership, and that's a hard pill to swallow because you're the ones who know our value best. If this channel has moved you or inspired you, consider joining. It's the price of one coffee, but it's the literal fuel for this channel. Let's keep this alive together. Back to the story.
Number 10, Old Dominion.
You singing in the same key as me. We had them dancing in the streets.
This is where the inflation adjustment works in an entirely different direction. It's not their past compounding the number, it's their publishing catalog right now generating wealth in real time.
Got our own little groove. I don't wanna be a one-man band.
Matt Ramsey, Trevor Rosen, Whit Sellers, Jeff Sprung, Brad Tersey. Before Old Dominion ever charted a song under their own name, members of this band had already written hits for some of the biggest names in the format.
Tambourine, then I found you like a melody.
Trevor Rosen co-wrote Neon Light for Blake Shelton, number 1. Brad Tersey co-wrote Save It for a Rainy Day for Kenny Chesney, number 1. Matt Ramsey's pen generated chart-topping moments for artists most people would recognize on first listen. They were building publishing wealth through other people's voices before they ever stepped out front. Then Break Up With Him came out in 2014. Their own voice entered the room. 4 consecutive ACM Group of the Year awards, Memory Lane, No Such Thing as a Broken Heart, One Man Band, songwriting income and performance income running simultaneously. That's a compounding equation most country acts never figure out how to run at the same time. Here's what I keep coming back to. They built financial security before they built fame, in an industry that almost always demands you do it the other way around. Adjusted to $2,026, number 10. Number 9, the duo that got the very first diamond certification in the history of country music.
For so long, nobody singing the harmony.
Number 9, Florida Georgia Line. Whatever you think of their sound, the numbers are what they are. Tyler Hubbard and Brian Kelly met at Belmont University in Nashville in 2008, formed the group in 2010, released Cruise independently in 2012 before a full label structure was even behind it.
Tell old boy he call back, send a text, say fall back, 'cause I can see you got.
Here's the thing about Cruise. It became the first country song in history to receive diamond certification from the RIAA. 10 million copies sold and counted. First in the entire history of the format. That had never happened to a country song before. And it happened on what was essentially an independent release. Meant to be, with BB Rexha broke the record for most weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Country Airplay chart. 50 weeks, more than any song in chart history up to that point. Then they split quietly, officially, in 2022. Tyler Hubbard went solo. Brian Kelly went solo. Something fractured somewhere in the middle of the pandemic years. 2 people who had collectively earned more money than nearly any other duo in country history ended up in separate rooms. You know what's harder than building something? Watching it come apart when you don't fully understand why. And if you've ever built something real with someone and then had to walk away from it, you don't need me to explain what that silence feels like. Adjusted to $2,026. Number 9. Number 8. 4 voices that have been making music together for nearly 25 years. Number 8. Little Big Town. The story of their most famous song is one I keep coming back to. Karen Fairchild, Kimberly Schlattman, Jimmy Westbrook, Philip Sweet formed in Nashville in 1998. Their debut single came in 2002. For 3 full years, nothing caught fire the way it needed to. They switched labels twice. Most groups dissolve under that kind of prolonged pressure. These 4 didn't dissolve. Boondocks reached the top 10 in 2005. Pontoon went to number 1 in 2012. And then Girl Crush, 2015. Here's what happened with Girl Crush. Radio stations started receiving listener complaints, calls claiming the song promoted homosexuality. Some program directors pulled back on it. The song is literally about a woman so consumed by jealousy that she wants to inhabit the life of the woman her partner loves. Nothing remotely coded in the lyric, but the controversy landed on national news. The attention made Girl Crush the most discussed country song of that year. It went to number 1, won CMA Song of the Year, won the Grammy for Best Country Duo or Group Performance. The song that portions of country radio tried to suppress became the song that defined their legacy. Sometimes the pushback is the launch. And if you've ever had something you built get questioned by people who didn't understand it and watched it succeed anyway, you know exactly what that feels like. Adjusted to $2,026, Little Big Town lands at 8. Number 7. This frontman once cooked your dinner in the same building where he performed. Number 7. Zac Brown Band. This origin story is one of the most genuinely American things on this entire list. Zac Brown opened a restaurant called the Southern Ground Cafe in Sewanee, Georgia in 2005. He cooked the food. Then he got on stage and played music. Same building, same night. The kitchen and the stage occupied the same physical space, and Zac Brown moved between both of them. That's where this band built their audience, not from a label deal, not from a radio push, from a restaurant in suburban Georgia where the food was good and the music was better. Word of mouth, room by room.
And for the stars and stripes, and may freedom forever fly.
Chicken Fried got them signed to Atlantic Records Nashville in 2008. They won the Grammy for Best New Artist in 2010, a category historically dominated by pop acts, won by a country band that had been playing restaurant shows 2 years earlier.
See love in my woman's eyes, feel the touch of her precious.
Colder Weather, Toes, as she's walking away. Grammy nominations across country, rock, and bluegrass, sometimes in the same award cycle, but the touring is where the real money compounds. Zac Brown Band consistently ranks among the highest grossing touring acts in any genre, not just country. Year after year, they built an audience the old way, in a room, face to face, and that audience has followed them into every room since. Adjusted to $2,026, their combined career earnings land them at 7. And from here, the stakes change. Number 6. Stay with me on this one.
Well, I was raised up beneath the shade of a Georgia pine.
Number 6. Oak Ridge Boys. The first thing you need to understand is that this group has been active in some form since 1943. Not 1963, not 1973, 1943. Most of the acts on this list weren't born yet. They started as a gospel quartet. 3 decades of churches, auditoriums, and revivals across the South. Then in the mid-1970s, they made the move to country music, and Nashville pushed back hard. The actual argument spoken out loud in label meetings. We already have the Statler Brothers. We don't need another 4-part harmony group, like there could only ever be one. Jim Fogelsong at ABC/Dot said there was room. He was right. Elvira hit number 1 in 1981 on the country chart and the pop chart simultaneously. Boom Papa Mau Mau entered American cultural memory and never left. Yeah, but here's what almost nobody brings up. Elvira was written by Dallas Frazier in 1966. The Oak Ridge Boys recorded it 15 years after it was written. Their version was so completely theirs that most people today genuinely don't know it's a cover. Bobby Sue, American Made. Thank God for Kids, decades of hits. A career that has outlasted career. When you apply an inflation multiplier to earnings that started in the 1970s, peak 1980s dollars worth roughly 3 times their face value today, the compounding is serious. Adjusted to $2,026. Number 6. Number 5. This duo didn't even know each other when they recorded their first album together. Number 5, Brooks and Dunn. I need you to sit with this for a moment. Kix Brooks and Ronnie Dunn did not know each other. They were strangers. Tim DuBois at Arista Nashville thought they'd make a strong pairing, introduced them, and essentially said, "You two are going to be a duo now." That's how this started. A business arrangement between 2 professionals who had both been chasing solo careers that hadn't fully landed. Brand New Man hit number 1 in 1991. My Next Broken Heart, number 1. Neon Moon, number 1. Boot Scootin' Boogie, that became one of the defining songs of the entire 1990s country boom, the song that appeared in every line dance bar from Nashville to Albuquerque. My Maria, 1996, number 1. 20 number 1 singles, best-selling duo in country music history, most awarded duo in country music history. Oh, and then there was Believe, 2005, a song about a terminally ill old man and his faith, won the Grammy for Best Country Song. Many people who love Brooks and Dunn consider it the finest thing either of them ever recorded together. And honestly, I'd argue they're right. They got whiskey. 2 Strangers, a calculated label gamble, then 20 years of music that outlasted the era that produced it. Being put together by the machine and becoming something genuinely real, that's rarer than the industry admits. Adjusted to $2,026, number 5. Number 4's biggest Grammy night came with a controversy nobody saw coming. Number 4, Lady A. And I wonder if I ever cross your... And there are 2 distinct stories here, and both of them matter. Hillary Scott, Charles Kelly, Dave Haywood, formed in Nashville in 2006. Need You Now was written in 45 minutes in Kelly's apartment on a Tuesday afternoon. 45 minutes. It went on to win 5 Grammy Awards, including Record of the Year and Song of the Year simultaneously, making Lady A one of the rare country acts ever to hold both of those awards in the same night. The song has been certified 8 times platinum in the United States. Their digital streaming numbers are among the highest of any country group in the format's history. Then 2020. The group announced they were changing their name from Lady Antebellum to Lady A to distance themselves from the Confederate connotations of antebellum. A Seattle-based blues artist named Anita White had been performing professionally under the name Lady A for over 20 years. The legal dispute that followed was public, painful. It ended without a resolution that fully satisfied anyone involved. You can do everything right, artistically, commercially, culturally, and still have a complication find you from a direction you didn't anticipate. That's not a lesson anyone signs up to learn, but it's one that follows you either way. Adjusted to $2,026, number 4. Number 3, the first act ever to simultaneously hold Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Album of the Year in a single Grammy ceremony. Number 3, the Chicks.
But I'm still waiting.
If you only know one part of this story, you're missing what makes it extraordinary. Wide Open Spaces, 1998, diamond certified, 10 million copies sold in the United States alone. Fly, 1999, diamond certified, 2 consecutive diamond albums. No other all-female group in any genre has done that back-to-back. The harmonies of Natalie Maines, Marty McGuire, and Emily Strayer were technically flawless and emotionally overwhelming. There's a difference between hitting the notes and meaning the notes. These 3 meant them. March 2003, London, before a show. Natalie Maines said the band was ashamed President Bush was from Texas, 9 days before the United States entered Iraq. Country radio essentially banned them overnight. CD destruction events were organized. Threats arrived. They received Secret Service protection. Are not ready to make nice. Their 2006 response to all of it.
I know you said
5 Grammys in one night. Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Album of the Year, Best Country Album, Best Country Song. The first act ever to simultaneously hold all 3 major Grammy Awards in one ceremony. They built that out of the wreckage of everything country radio tried to do to them. They lost the format and won the room that mattered most, whether that exchange was worth it. Some of you have very strong opinions about that. I'll let you put them in the comments.
I'm not sure you could.
Adjusted to $2,026, the Chicks come in at 3, and number 2 is going to make some of you feel something.
I'm still mad as hell and I don't have time to go round and round.
Number 2, Rascal Flatts.
I wiped my brow but kept pushing through.
There is a song in their catalog that secretly connects back to the very first entry in part 1. Gary LaVox, Jay DeMarcus, Joe Don Rooney, Columbus, Ohio, not Nashville. They moved there. DeMarcus was playing bass for a Las Vegas show act. LaVox was working a day job. They formed the group in 1999 and signed with Lyric Street Records.
Another Subaru come on, and they were like,
What followed was one of the most commercially dominant runs in modern country history. 11 studio albums, 14 multi-platinum releases, 13 number 1 hits, and 3 members, each individually worth an estimated $60 million. Combined, adjusted to $2,026, that clears $180 million. That's not a number with much wiggle room.
I came up out of the water.
Bless the Broken Road won the Grammy for Best Country Song in 2005. But here's what almost nobody knows. Rascal Flatts didn't write it. It was written by Marcus Hummon, Bobby Boyd, and Jeff Hanna. That Jeff Hanna from the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, number 13 on this list. And before Rascal Flatts ever recorded it, the song had been cut by Shenandoah, number 24 on this list. It never charted for them. Rascal Flatts recorded it. It became a cultural phenomenon, and it quietly connected the top and bottom of this entire countdown in a way I genuinely didn't expect when I started researching. They announced a breakup in 2020, then quietly reunited, because some things don't come apart as completely as they first appear.
Thanks so much.
Adjusted to $2026, number 2. And number 1, and you already know, don't you?
Another Subaru come out. They were like
Number 1, Alabama. I want to start with the 6 years that nobody talks about. Randy Owen, Teddy Gentry, Jeff Cook, 3 cousins from Fort Payne, Alabama. They played a bar called the Bowery in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina from 1973 to 1979. Every night, for tips, no label, no management, no promise that anything would come of it. Just 3 cousins from Lookout Mountain playing for whoever walked through the door for 6 years because they believed in the music. RCA Records signed them in 1980. What happened next has no equivalent in country music history. 21 consecutive number 1 singles. That streak runs from 1980 to 1987, and it has never been matched in any genre on any chart. Not country, not pop, not rock, not anywhere. 21 in a row. Tennessee River, mountain music, Dixieland Delight. If you're gonna play in Texas, 41 total number 1s across their full career, 75 million records sold worldwide. They were the first country act to tour with full rock concert production. The lights, the staging, the pyrotechnics. They didn't just sell more records than any country band in history. They changed what the phrase country band was allowed to mean. Jeff Cook passed away in November 2022. Randy Owen and Teddy Gentry still perform, adjusted to $2,026, and those late 70s through mid-90s peak earnings inflate by a factor of 3 to 4. Alabama's combined career wealth stands alone at number 1, and it isn't close. If you've ever stood in a crowd singing mountain music with strangers who somehow all knew every single word, you already understood this before the list even started.